Hello and welcome to another Makeabiz Graphics design tutorial, how to create your own quote posts in Canva. Let's dive straight in. So here we are in Canva and we're just going to go straight through and click on Instagram post on your homepage, and that will just open up the template for you. So we'll go ahead and do that. And I'm just going to show you how you can really easily and quite quickly create your own quotes in Canva using a graphic as a background. So if I come across to uploads in the menu, that will show some graphics that I've actually already uploaded here. If you've downloaded some from our resource library, you're welcome to do that. You can actually, I'll leave the link below so you can sign up for that if you want to. Otherwise, you can just come up to here and upload your own image from there, and it will appear in this section. So here are some I've already downloaded, and let's just go through and I'll show you how you can create these. So you just click on the graphic that you want, and with these I'm just going to drag that out to pretty much the full size, just a tiny bit smaller, and then come back across to the menu bar and click on the text icon and click add a heading, and that just opens up a text box for me here. And now I'm just going to add the text that we want to use by highlighting that and then just typing in I've got a quote, I think for this one, bloom where you are planted, and I'm going to set this left. So when you're setting your text, you're just going to be looking at how that's going to sit compared to the graphic that you're using. And because we've got this one sitting in the bottom right hand corner, I'm going to set the text sort of up in the top left hand corner. So I'm going to now highlight the text again and come in and change the color. So come across to the color palette, and here you can decide what sort of color you're after. I'm going to go for something in the range of blue. And then if you come and just click on this section, you can see the color changing on the text as I move that around. And I'm just, actually that's a little bit purple for what I'm after. I'm just going to move this slider across a little bit more blue. I'm going to go with something like that, and then come and just make the text the size you want. And if you want to change the font, you can do that by coming up to the font menu. And if you've got something in mind, I want something that's going to look quite heavy here. So I think I'll try, in fact, I think I'll go for this one in the bold. And then I'd actually like to make that all caps, so I can do that just here in the menu and click on uppercase, and that will make that all caps for me. I'm now just going to, now you can see that the top line is just, I don't know, to me it's not very balanced, so I'm just going to turn the word you and put it on the bottom line instead, and let's see how that works. And I'm also going to turn the word planted, and now I can click on the corner and just drag that out now to make it a little bit larger. I don't want to go too big. Again, just have a look at whatever graphic you're using and get a feel for how that's sitting. I might try turning the where and put the U back up, and then have, no, I preferred it how it was before. So just have a play around and, you know, see what works well according to your design. But when you've got something that you're happy with, you can use the pink guidelines to line it up. So I'm just going to sit it round about here. For this particular one, I don't need to add a byline because it's actually an author unknown. So for this one, it could just sit like that. So there you go. That's just one graphic, very quickly, very easily done. Let's go on now to the next one, I can come back over to my uploads and let's put this little wreath graphic in. So again, I'm just going to make this a bit bigger, but I don't want it the full size, so I can just drag out the corners until I'm happy. And then as I click and drag, you'll see the vertical and horizontal line there, and that just tells me that it's centered. So that's where I want it to be sitting, right in the center of the template. Come back across to my text element, click on add a heading, and I'll just type in another quote for this one. In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. And I think I'm also going to just turn difficulty onto that bottom line. Okay, so same thing again. I'm going to come up to my fonts and have a look through. I'm actually going to use a script font for this one, but you would be using your brand fonts here, or actually if you highlight the text, it will, before you click on the font, it will actually change all of the words for you. So that's how to add the text in, and then I'm just going to again move it around until I'm happy with the size, line it up again using those guidelines for centering, and I'm going to highlight the text again and come in and change the color. So if you had brand colors that work well with this graphic, you could use those. That's what I'd recommend you doing, or you can come in and again use the color palette. Let's go for something maybe more in the pinks this time, maybe not too bright. Quite happy with something like that. And there we go, that's another one done. So now you've got 2 quotes ready to be downloaded for when you need them. Let's do one more. So come back across to my uploads and let's use this one with the little rainbow. I'm just going to drag this out to the full size. So you can see how quick and easy it is to do. You just add your text box on top, type in your quote. So I can't talk and type at the same time, so I'm just going to type this one in. If you want the rainbow, you've got to put up with the rain. This is a quote by Dolly Parton, and in fact we do need to add that in, because if you are using quotes you do need to credit the author, and in fact, having said that, I didn't do that on the one before, so that's reminded me. I'm just going to come back to this one. In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity was actually a quote by Albert Einstein. So I'm coming back across, and this time I'm just going to choose some more text but in a smaller font size. So for the byline it doesn't need to be as large as your main text, because it can just sit underneath. There we go. And for this, I think I'll use something that's a bit more blue. Let's see whether that stands out enough. No, that's too light. So I'm going to come back to my palette and let's come back into the blues. There we go. That's sitting a bit stronger, and now I just need to line it up because I've moved that box. So I'm just looking for that vertical line there. That tells me that it is centered within the design. So what I might do now I've got that sitting underneath, I feel that this actually needs to just move up a tiny bit because it's sitting right in the middle. So we've lost a little bit of balance there. So when you've got your author as well, you could maybe just move it up a little bit from the center. There we go. I'm happy with that one. And now I'll come back down and finish this one. So it's easy to go between them if you need to, as you can see. Okay, so if you want the rainbow, you've got to put up with the rain. Let's come up and change the font for this one. I think this would look quite nice in this font because it's a all capitals font, and I quite like the look of that with this style. If you want to change the font size, you know, just clicking and dragging on that corner, any of the corners, you can change the font size, or you can come up to the menu bar at the top up here, and you can either pick one of the presets. So that is easy to do, and you can just see whether that works for you. And if the text jumps out of, you know, that's turning because my text box isn't large enough for that to fit in. I just take this little handle and drag it out here, and then that will open that back up for me into 2 lines. I'm going to find the center point again, which is there, and to push that up just a little bit. Let's come in and pick a color for this one. So back up to the menu bar and over to the color palette, and something along those lines I think is going to be nice. I'm just going to leave it like that and then come back across, because for this one I do need to add in the author. So I just, again, I'm going to center that underneath, and this is Dolly Parton. What a great quote by Dolly. Okay, there we go. And again, I'm just going to pick another color just for contrasting color, I think, or something, maybe not contrasting, but something that's going to sit nicely within the design. Maybe something a little bit darker than we used before. Let's have a look. Let's come across to the pinks again and see if I can pick up a little bit of that pink. There we go. Pretty happy with that. So so that's how easy it is to set up your quotes. You know, again, if you've got your fonts sorted already for your branding, you can use those. Otherwise, you could create your own designs and just be consistent in the fonts that you're using, so that you get in your, say, your Instagram feed, you're getting a nice consistent look throughout your feed by doing it that way. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please click the thumbs up button, subscribe, and click the bell button so you get notified of new tutorials like this in the future. You can also visit my website at makerbizgraphics.com and follow me on Instagram at makerbizgraphics. I'd love to see you there. If you'd like to share your design, just tag me and use the hashtag #mymakerbizgraphics. I can't wait to see what you create.